How's it going, everybody? If you're staying up to date with the channel, then you're probably going to recognize the Ford F-100 behind me. Today we have Terry, which is the owner of the F-100, and we're going to go over it and just ask him a couple questions about the truck. So Terry, tell me about the truck and just a little brief overview of it.
Well, I can tell you it's been a labor of love for going on 41 years. Found this truck sitting behind a gas station. It wouldn't pass inspection. I found the owner, gave him $30 for it, and we towed it home, and it actually started. It had a remanufactured Sears and Roebuck 223 6-cylinder in it. And actually, the motor really ran good. I drove it for probably 5 years, and I decided to put a V8 in it.
Okay.
Which I put a 289 4-speed in. And my son, Jeremy, learned to drive on this truck.
Oh, that's awesome.
He used to drive it to school, and I could tell when he was out racing or fooling around because the clutch pedal would go to the floor. Because the way the truck sits, it runs 12 2 1/4, 110.
Which is fast.
I'm pushing 3,700 pounds here, and it's like a 4x8 sheet of plywood trying to push it down the road because the truck wasn't designed to go fast.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have any aerodynamics to it at all.
Dynamics at all. No, I'm pleased with the way it runs. That's why I drive it.
So what made you want to drag race a truck though versus, just picking a car?
Well, I did have a car. I restored a 66 Mustang.
Okay.
A 4-speed car. And when I got that done, I started racing that. And it ran okay. The truck was faster. The truck was neater. Everybody had Mustangs. Not everybody has one of these.
This is true.
And I had it. The second time it was painted, I painted it. That was when I put the second Cleveland motor in. I had blown a motor. And that's when I tilted the front end. And the day I was working on it in the garage, my wife came out to me and I had to cut those fenders because they go back underneath the cowl. And I had just laying on sawhorses to cut it, and my wife says, "You really want to cut those fenders?" I said, "Yeah, this is what I want to do with it." And I'm glad I did it, because they weren't perfect.
Mm-hmm.
They look really good now. We've done a lot of work to them. But as I said before, it was a labor of love. I really liked driving the truck. I started racing the truck, and it handled better but didn't go any faster.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to my nephew one day. He said, "What you really need is a more camshaft." So he spec'd out a cam for it. And it turned out to be a comp hydraulic roller with 585 lift. So I ordered it, tore it down. And I thought, gee, now I got to drill the top of the block to put the cradle that holds the lifters in.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really leery of doing that.
Yeah, I would be too.
So what I did was they give you the tap right with the kit. I went and got a couple of new drill bits, laid it out, marked where I had to drill, and they gave you two 3/8 inch long .20 bolts to hold that cradle down. So I started drilling. I had magnets laying there to catch the shavings, plus I put heavy grease on the drill bit. I drilled down there and never went through the block. So they must be really thick in the underneath there, because I drilled down 3/8 of an inch.
Oh, wow.
And I put everything in it, put the cradle together, My nephew came down, looked at it, he says, looks like you're doing everything right. He said, did you put Loctite on those 2 bolts? I said, no. He said, Loctite them. So I took them back out one at a time and Loctite them, put it back together. And the truck is 100% different now with the roller cam in it.
Oh yeah, I bet.
I had a Lunati flat tappet in it. It was running 1240s at Beaver Springs, which is a slow track. But I'd had that motor on the dyno up at Carlisle, and it was only good to 5,500. If you went any faster or any higher RPM, you didn't go any faster.
Yeah.
So when my nephew spec'd his cam out, he said, it's going to probably be between 62, 6,400.
Which is a world of a difference.
So I'm shifting at 6,300.
Yeah.
And it made a world of difference in it. Next to the last time we were racing, I went out on Sunday morning. It was the weekend that Jeremy had driven it. I ran 2 12-13s in a row. So I dialed a 12-12. I ran a 12-12 with a 9 and lost. So with the right air and the right track, it'll run 11s.
Oh, I believe it. I definitely believe it.
No, I haven't. I like to go to Cecil County. Cecil County's fast track. It's only 100 feet above sea level.
Yep.
But with the other cam, this truck went 3/10 quicker down there.
Yeah, I believe
Same
that.
thing with Maple Grove, too.
So what's the future look like for the truck? I mean, besides racing, do you have any other plans for it?
No, not really. I just I like driving it.
Yeah.
It's tough now with the price of gas, because
Yeah.
this gets about 8 miles to the gallon.
I'm surprised it gets that.
And I am going to lower the back of it. These are 5-leaf springs. I'm going to take a leaf out. The last leaf where the axle sits on it's a thick, short leaf. So these are the lightest springs.
Oh, okay.
I put them in, but if you look, it's a little high in the back.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I'd like to bring it down 2 inches. That'll be
look great.
perfect.
Yeah, that'll be definitely perfect.
It's going to be probably make it tough to put the tires on the back, but
Yeah, a little bit.
it's tough getting them under now. It'll be put away for the winter after Bruce Larson has his show, which is November 12th. I take it up there, and then this will go back in the garage on the lift. It lives on my.
Oh, nice.
I have a 10,000-pound 2-bar lift. Hopefully, if my health holds out,
Yeah, yeah.
next spring I'll be back racing again.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully we can even try to make it out there, maybe see you make a pass or two.
Oh, that'd be great.
So it goes from daily driver to a drag truck. And then it gets to this point, it still looks great. It goes fast and it looks great. But one question I do have for you, and I'm sure there's a couple people at home that have the same question, bad to the bone. Now, I know you told me a little bit about it before, about how it was hand painted, but I think your nephew?
My nephew, Rodney Owaller, did that for me.
Gotcha.
He's terrific when it comes to that kind of stuff. The name came up because of the song Bad to the Bone by George Thorogood. I love that song. I listen to it on my tablet all the time. And I decided that's what I wanted to put on. So I took the hood scoop to him. And before he did it, he did some makeups. This was the first one.
Very first one.
I picked it right away. He had 6 or 7 of them there. I said, this is the one I want, Rodney. Do it. And he put it on.
And it looks great. I think it really gives the truck some good character.
As long as I'm capable of doing it at 77 years old, I'm going to drive it and race it.
Good, good, awesome. Well, hopefully, like I said, hopefully next year we can come out and maybe watch you get a pass down the drag strip. That'd be really
nice.
awesome. So
I go to Beaver Springs. Track is a little slow, but the people up there are really nice.
Yeah.
And it's like a family.
Yeah, and we still get to see the truck run, which will be good.
I buy a space up there every year.
Oh,
I'm right at the staging lanes. It has my name on it.
Oh, awesome.
On it, yeah. So when I go up, that's open for me.
Nice. So thank you, Terry, for coming out today with the truck. I really appreciate it, and I hope we get to end up seeing you next year on the strip.
Okay, if you want me to, I'll let you know
All right, sounds
ahead
good.
of time when I'm going to go.
All right,
Hey, thank
awesome.
you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.